Good morning, everyone. So today we discuss about the criteria in choosing appropriate assessment tool. So here are the learning outcomes. So first is examine appropriate assessment tools to be used in the classroom. Next is review assessment used by teachers and determine if it is applicable in the 21st century. And last is decide what type measure to be utilized. So, as a future teacher, how will you assess your students? Next is assessment method. Are strategies, techniques, tools, and instruments for collecting information to determine the extent to which the students demonstrates outcomes. So here are the criteria in choosing assessment tools. So the first is goals for assessment, and the second is methods for assessment, and lastly the third is intervals in giving assessment. So here are the direct method involves looking at actual samples of students' work produced in our program. So we have here the exams, internships, written assessments, written assignments, oral presentation, and thesis and dissertation. So in NAPO type indirect method, it provides a useful supplement and check on the findings from direct measure. So we have the exit interview, student participation rates, student satisfactory survey, reflective essays, and lastly is the survey of students and alumni. So we have the characteristics in selecting appropriate assessment tools. So first is we have the measures the desired level of performance. And next is cost effective in terms of effort, time, and money. And the third is provides results that can be used in making decisions to improve student learning. And the fourth is reasonably accurate and truthful. And the fifth is dependable, consistent responses over time. And lastly is evidence being ongoing, not once and done. So this slide will be tackled by the next reporter.
So creating and utilizing rubric. So rubric is a set of criteria used to determine scoring for an assessment, performance, or products. So the main purpose of rubrics is assess students' performance. So there are two types of rubrics, analytic rubrics and holistic rubrics. Describe work on each criteria separately and utilize separate ratings or specific characteristics, products, or behavior. Example of these kanang mga, di ba, group kuan activities, then kuan siya group mo pero individual grading mo based on your kuan kanang performance. So holistic rubric. Describe work by applying all the criteria at the same time and enabling an overall judgment about the quality of work. So example of this is kanang example sa itong nag-demo ta ay kanang sa to ground demo kayo ang scoring ato is kanang by group. So, the next one is electronic portfolio or e-portfolio. So, e-portfolio, collection of electronic evidence assembled and managed by a user. Include and text, electronic files, image, multimedia, blogs, entries, and hyperlinks, and demonstrate users' ability and platforms for each expression. So types of e-portfolio. So ideal portfolio is it contains all the work of students. It is not given to provide students a grade. So the second one is professional e-portfolio. These e-portfolio are primarily a way to demonstrate the highlight of students' academic career. So the third one is documentation e-portfolio. So it involves a collection of work over time showing growth sa students and mailan ito nimo kung nakasabot ba siya sa inyong discussion. So the next one is learning e-book portfolio. So this one is as a student as a part of learning activity as a way to demonstrate learning and learning process. So this is kanang example of this kanang student, di ba? Kanang dili pa siya makasabot hantod sa kanang sige na siya tudluan, maka-learn na siya and makasabot na siya sa imong discussion. So this one is and the last one is evaluation in e-portfolio. And this one is mga assessment or kanang na mga activities gataw nga kanang ihatag sa teacher para kanang pero kung nasabdan ba dyan sa student ang kanang discussion sa teacher. So, thank you for listening.